Hi everyone. In this video I'm going to demonstrate how you can input the information from the assessment matrix that was provided during the all faculty sessions in August. And we're going to be using Smart Evals in order to enter this information. So Smart Evals we should mostly be familiar with for student evaluations, but it's also going to be used for us to measure or input our data for how our students did in meeting student learning outcomes. So first you have to go to Smart Evals. I'm logged into Blackboard, so I have a link right here that I'm going to choose. And if there's other ways to get into Smart Evals, you can get there from the FYI page. You can get there from the main page in Blackboard before you even log in. So you could go to the NCCC website and click on Quick Links in Blackboard. So there's different ways to get here, but this is what I'm choosing to do today. So when I click on Smart Evals, it's going to bring me into a list of all my classes. So many of you might be familiar with this if you're looking at your response rates from your students. So you'll notice here's all the courses that I teach. At the top are my courses from fall 2015. And this course right here, CPS 130, is actually the course that I chose to measure student learning outcome in. And so you'll see over to the right here, there's a link for assessment results for that course. So I'm not going to show you this course because if I click on this link, it'll bring up my students and you'll see their student IDs. So I'm just going to go into a test class to demonstrate how to use it. Okay, this is just a test demo class, but it's the same idea here. I'm just going to click on assessment results. And the first thing it'll do is it'll bring up a page with your students listed here. And then it'll have your student learning outcome that you chose to measure here. Many of you will just have one column. If you have more than one column, it's probably because your course is also approved for SUNY Gen Ed, because right now the general education student learning outcomes are also listed on the courses. So this course, Art 100, actually meets student learning outcomes actually meets SUNY Gen Ed. That's why there's other columns. So for most of you, you just have to be concerned with the first column. And you'll notice that by default, all of the students are listed as meeting the standard. So if this student meets the standard, you could just not do anything. Let's say this student was to exceed the standard. If I click on the plus, it'll go up to exceed the standard. If this student does not meet the standard, I can click on the minus. It'll go to approaches, then the minus one more time. It'll go to does not meet the standard. Here, I'll click down. It'll go to approaches the standard. And if I have a student that didn't participate in the assessment activity, I can just click down to option 0 here, which is not assessed. So right now you'll see I have a student that one student meets, one exceeds, one does not meet, one approaches, and one was not assessed. So I have these updated, and now I'm going to go to the second page where I'm going to record the results from the matrix. Before I leave this page, I just want to show you these are abbreviated versions of the student learning outcome. If you want to see the full version, you just click on this checkbox and see how you can see the full version of the student learning outcome, or I can go back as well. Okay, so once you do this, you click on the Your Assessment link. And this is the part of the report that matches up with the assessment matrix. The first thing you'll see is over here, it tells me I have one student not assessed, one does not meet the standard, one approaches, one meets, and one exceeds. These numbers are tallied up from the previous page. And then you'll see that there's a series of text boxes here, and this is where you'll enter the information from the matrix. What was the method of assessing your student learning outcome? What did you find out about student learning? The interpretation, how are they going to be used for improvement? An action to take, a method of assessing the action that had been taken, a follow-up semester, and eventually there'll be one more text box for the results if there was a follow-up semester. So once you enter the information in here, you just save your entries. And then you can close your window. And that is what you need to do. If you find that you made a mistake, you can go back here and you can still make changes, and you'll see here I made a change, so now I have 2 meeting the standard. If you click on your assessment, you'll see that these numbers over here have been updated. So if you do make a mistake, you can go back and change it as well. And that's all there is.